What's up YouTube, Webberz05 here coming at you today with Q&A number 34. So once again my good friend Patrician84 has asked me some questions, a few additional ones this week, so should be a bit more interesting. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Question 1. Besides a Cyberdark mirror match, are there any other decks of mine, listed on my channel description, that you'd like to pit your Cyberdarks against? So in a separate tab, I've got your channel open with your deck list, so let's have a look down the list and I'll make a decision. Dark Magician, too mainstream. Elemental Hero, again a bit mainstream. Rainbow Neos, not after what you did to my Cyberdarks last time. Magician Girl. Based on the strategy I've come up with for my Cyberdarks, that would probably benefit you too much. Blue Eyes White Dragon, similar reason to Magician Girl. Egyptian God. That could be interesting. Might consider that one. Cat. I have not faced your cat deck yet, so yeah, I'd like to go against that. Red Eyes Black Dragon. Again, that's just a scenario where it's basically Zane versus Atticus, so yeah, be very happy to do that. Face card. I've seen a bit of what they do from playing them in the story bit in Master Duel. I wouldn't mind seeing what they do properly. Cybers, seen a lot of that. Yugi Gadget, maybe. Speedroid. No, I don't really want it to go up against any of the synchros. Blackwing. Probably not. Light Ray. Could be interesting. Gaia Knight. I don't think I've played against your Gaia Knight. I would like to see what they're capable of. Exodia. Exodia could be quite interesting. Potentially. But yeah, I'd definitely give that a go. Jinzo. I don't play that many traps in my build. So, maybe? And again, there was a scenario in the last season of GX, which we didn't get into the dub, which is ridiculous, where it was Cyrus using the Cyberdarks in combination with his Vehicroids against Jinzo, so yeah, that's another throwback to the anime, so happy to do that. Cyberdark, again, I've explained I wanted to do a Cyberdark mirror match. Vampire. Sure, I could have a go with your vampires. Question 2. What made you want to bring Cyberdarks back? So, a lot of the guys have been some of the guys have been talking about doing a Highlander tournament. For those who don't know what that means, it's essentially Highlander basically just means every card in your deck has one copy. And so when the guys were talking about doing something like that, I was thinking, what deck could I make that could function quite well off one copy of each card? And I thought to myself, let me think. If I did let's see, all the Shizu stuff is at 1, which means it's not as easy to mill. What's a deck that could quite easily mill that? And I thought, Cyberdarks. If I find a way to turbo into cannon, I could just go battle phase, Cyberdark attack, cannon effect, mill on a Shizu card after the damage, effect, mill. So I thought, and since Cyberdark has quite a few easy accessible ways to just go into being able to do into a Cyberdark and attack, I figured why not? Give it a shot. So yeah, that's why I brought it back. Question 3. Will we ever get to see Master of Pendulum in action? I do have a plan of when I'm planning to bring that into an event. As to when that is, I'm keeping that to myself for the moment, but for now, I just need to tweak it out a little bit. The last time I properly worked on the deck was before Servant came back to 1, so I might need to make a few more edits on that, and I just need to check it over again. It's been a while since I've looked at it. Been kind of busy sorting out other decks. Question 4. We've seen you play Endymion, Draco Slayer, and Plunder Patrol in a tournament. Have you considered entering one with Master of Pendulum and Cyberdarks for the fun of it, just to see how well they do? Well, as I just explained in the last question, I do have an event in mind that I would like to use Master of Pendulum for, but again, keeping that to myself. Cyberdarks, I would like Cyberdogs, I'd probably want to test around a bit first to see how well it works. Additionally, if we do actually get around to doing that Highlander tournament the guys suggested, that would probably be when I bring that Cyberdogs into a tournament, but I don't think I'd probably use it in an actual event, unless in testing it actually proves that it works quite well, but we'll see. Question 5. What if Endymion got a secret ulti or Starlight Rare reprint? I would be quite happy with all. I would probably be quite happy with all of those. I think Endymion would make a very nice secret. Ultis typically look very nice anyway. That being said, I much prefer the old style of ultis before they changed it, but still, an ulti is an ulti. Starlight could be nice, but then I'd severely struggle trying to get one. But still, all three of those I think would be quite nice. Question 6. How did you feel about the ending to Arc 5? I think it sucked that Yuso, Yugo, Yuri, Selena, Rin and Lula were physically gone and weren't restored to their own bodies. I mean, yes, on one point I understand where you're coming from, that does kind of suck. However, I've read the entire Arc 5 manga, and basically the ending of that kind of just throws it into the style of the manga. Like in the manga at the start of the series, the 4 versions of Yuya have already joined together into one body, but essentially they just switch around as and when they feel like it. So for me, I wasn't really too surprised so when I was watching the anime, after Yuto got absorbed, I was thinking to myself, okay, this is kind of starting to work similar to the manga, so kind of see where it's going. So, not really too surprised, frankly. But I agree, it is kind of sucky for them. And question 7. What kind of support would Supreme Kings need to make Zark easier to summon? I know we have Soul of the Supreme King, but I just don't like its drawback. Yeah, I agree. The drawback of that is kind of annoying. But in terms of what card of support they would need to make it actually good, so you understand, so you know the custom card that I came up with for that project that we're working on. I think if they had that, that would certainly make it viable. And for those wondering what I'm talking about, unfortunately you're just going to have to wait until this project is released, and for details on and for when that's going to be, just keep an eye out on the combination of the Team Sorcerers and Dark Magician 84 channels. I don't want to say too much about it yet, just in case it gives away some details. On that note, that's all the questions I have today. Thank you very much, my friend. That was very amusing as always. And if anyone else has any questions for me, I do these Q&As every Wednesday, UK time, either morning, afternoon, depending on my schedule. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.